Good morning to you. God bless you. Welcome to Saturday. How beautiful is the sunshine outside. Now, I want to bring you a word of encouragement today, and it's from the book of Luke, Luke 10 and verse 25. Jesus is in the temple area and he's teaching, and a lawyer, an expert in the Jewish law, comes up and starts to question Jesus. And it says in 10:25, Luke, and behold, a lawyer stood up to put him to the test, saying, Teacher, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? And he said to him, What is written in the law? How do you read it? And he answered, You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength, with all your mind, and your neighbour, as yourself. And he said to him, You have answered correctly. Do this and you will live. But he, desiring to justify himself, said to Jesus, And who is my neighbour? Jesus replied, A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho, and he fell among robbers, who stripped him and beat him and departed, leaving him half dead. Now by chance a priest was going down that road. When he saw him, he passed by on the other side. So likewise a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, passed by on the other side. But a Samaritan, as he journeyed, came to where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion. He went to him and bound up his wounds, pouring oil and wine. Then he set him on his own animal and brought him to an inn and took care of him. And the next day he took out 2 denarii and gave them to the innkeeper, saying, Take care of him. Whatever more you spend, I'll repay you when I come back. Which one of these three do you think proved to be a neighbour to the man who fell among the robbers? He said, The one who showed him mercy. And Jesus said to him, You go and do likewise. Jesus gave the example here of a good Samaritan. Now, to us, we know this story, many of us, from when we were small kids. The Good Samaritan. Walk by on the other side. Remember this song? I'm sad, aren't I? I remember stuff like that. Anyway, Jesus gave this example of a Samaritan. Now, what you might not know is the Samaritans and the Jews were arch enemies. They hated each other. If ever there was an example of wretched hatred, it was these two. Why? Well, because Judah and Israel had for a long time been divided. They both went into exile. When they came back, the Israelites and Judah, they accused each other, or Samaritans, they accused each other of intermarrying. They accused each other of being impure. And even when the Samaritans came down to Jerusalem to offer help to the Israelites to rebuild the temple, they got shunned and pushed away. And so the divide between them was forever there. In fact, in the time of Jesus, there were examples of the Jews going to the temples of the Samaritans and destroying them and knocking them down. And in return, these Samaritans brought dead bodies and threw them into the temple in Jerusalem, these casting completely unclean amongst into the temple of God. So we see that this racial hatred that was between the two ran deep, ran for a long time, and caused great division. So when Jesus gave the example of the person they should love as the very person according to their culture that they were hating and despising, Jesus knew what he was doing. Jesus said, Your neighbour is everybody around you. No discernment. Jesus said, If you only love those who love you, what good is that to you? Don't even sinners do that? He said, You love. Love, he said, bless and don't curse. Pray for those who persecute you. Jesus said, Love your enemies. He went even further. Love your enemies. We should be a people that are never divided by what we see, by what we feel, by what we hear. A people that look upon the other people of this world without colour blindness. This is a big subject lately. Without discernment of other religions, other people, other countries. You know, we should just be a people that love. I can't emphasize this enough. Jesus said the two great commandments: love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all of your strength, and love your neighbour, everybody around you, as yourself. Love your neighbour. Without discernment, without picking and choosing, we are told to love. Jesus said, By the love that you have for each other, they will know you are my disciples. Let us be a people who are known for our love, unconditional love. Doesn't matter what other people do to us. Doesn't matter what they ever do to us. We love, not because they love us back, but we love because we are commanded to love. We love with the heart of God, agape love, unconditional love. I will encourage you, be a people that are known for your love, not for judgment and not for anything else, but unconditional love to everybody around you. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Please do join us tomorrow morning. 10:30. We'll be here live. Promise you, it's always live. Last week you saw me mess up with my phone. It's always live. 10:30 on YouTube or on Facebook. You choose. And God bless you and look forward to seeing you then. Have a great day.